Over the last 2 years, my wife and I have experienced what could simply be described as an odyssey. Since November 2020, we have faced many hurdles to overcome, any one of which would have been sufficient to declare that Spain did not work for us, forcing us to return to the US. Instead, we continue to push forward with our goal to establish a home base here and travel throughout Europe as semi-nomads. But how? What keeps us motivated to never look back and keep the dream alive in the face of so many obstacles? Here's how we started a new life. When you reach your 60s, you are probably set in your ways. You like where you live and you have surrounded yourself with mementos of a happy life. Most of all, you are done making arrangements to settle in a life of relative peace. You probably have a daily routine that you follow more or less religiously. Breaking out of all that may be inconceivable for most people. For us, that was not enough. When we decided to move to Europe, we did it to start a new life, to change our routine and find new ways to enrich our lives. I am already a polyglot, so coming to Europe was quite appealing to me. I always felt that my strongest instinct is to learn, to experience life, and my greatest joy is to teach what I have learned. So Europe was like an open book, and thus I belonged here to fulfill my potentiality. Yes, that was it. That was the one thing missing in my life. In spite of my 60+ years in this world, I had not yet reached my full potential. Something needed to change. Now I am living a new life. Let us define success as the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. I have established my ideal as coming to Europe to learn, experience, and teach what I learn. Inevitably, on the road to reach this ideal, I am going to encounter obstacles. Spain, the land of my ancestors, beautiful as it is, filled with charming, helpful people, is not without issues. Getting established here has taken us too long and cost us more stress than I was expecting. From buying a car to obtaining a residence permit, driver's license, and getting settled in a permanent home have been complicated due to the bureaucracy in the madre patria. I have learned to persevere and to find my own way, often thinking out of the box for the solution to extensively insurmountable obstacles. Daily, we take a walk by the shores of the Mediterranean and count our blessings. I love it here and consider myself fortunate. I have come to understand that there is a solution for most problems, although these solutions are not often in front of you. But using my own creativity without leaving any possible stone unturned, I am likely to gain experience and solve the problem. Very often my wife and I have spent time wondering why are the things the way they are here and failed to comprehend it. I remember my childhood in Venezuela where, more often than not, things did not work with any logic. Yet, Venezuela was back then a beautiful country and Caracas had the perfect weather all year round. After living in countries like Brazil, Canada, and the US, we have learned to recognize that the south of Spain may not have the perfect weather like Caracas, but it certainly has wonderful sunrises, picturesque mountains, and historical treasures that enrich our lives. We can live here and enjoy Spain like we enjoyed California or Ontario in the past. We delight in what makes Spain unique and enjoy the nice weather. Whenever we feel frustrated and annoyed by the obstacles in our path, we can take joy on the nature around us, reminding ourselves that we are living in a sort of heaven. Experiences can be both positive and negative, but it is through the negative ones that we learned the most. But both are important because it is in the contrast that we appreciate what we have encountered. Years ago, I was depressed and aimless. I thought that I had failed to live to my potentiality as I felt my productive life was coming to an end. I did not know what the future would bring, but I was not optimistic about it. I used to regularly listen to Earl Nightingale's positive message. My depression made me feel that I could no longer trust them as a source of wisdom. Then I started to eat only once a day, as my last desperate attempt to lose weight. Surprisingly, it worked. I lost weight and almost magically my mood changed. I began to enjoy my life again and gain enthusiasm as I lost weight and gained endurance and muscles. Today, I know that there is a scientific basis for all the changes I've experienced. I have endeavored to tell you all about it while living a life I never expected. I still don't know what the future holds for me, but I have faith that it will all turn out for the best. I try to satisfy my impulses and explore wherever they might take me. Why not? We often find, only looking back at random events in our lives, that they were really life-changing. Spain is my 5th country of residence. I can hardly wait to see the surprises it will produce for me and my wife. I am 66 years of age, but it does not seem like my age. I am busy as I ever was. I found a way to use my potentialities as a scientist and YouTube creator to fulfill my worthy ideal. I believe now that I am where I need to be, doing exactly what I was born to do. My age is the age of retirement, and most people look for a way to stop working and just relax. I believe that an important ingredient to longevity, perhaps the most important, is to be of service to humanity. Find a reason for living and get on with it, regardless of your age. Otherwise, you will begin to die. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, says the principle of hormesis. Supposedly, OMAD is in this category, but I don't believe so. I believe that OMAD is about living, not about dying. Since I started OMAD, I have experienced the best time of my life. I feel engaged with life and ready for the next challenge. This is why I say without hesitation that life is looking up. Thank you.